Hello, and welcome to another episode of Our Life in Two Countries. My name is Jetske.
And I'm Paul.
And this time we are going to talk about the school system.
Education system.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
And this time we are going to talk about the education system.
Yeah, sure. The education system in Uganda and the education system in the Netherlands. What is the difference between the Ugandan system and the Dutch system?
Yes, I think a lot.
A very big difference, I think so. I think we should start from when you're still a child.
Yeah.
At what age here do they allow kids to go to school?
Well, we have like the wait, I have to find the English words. We have the compulsory education. Compulsory education. That's the and you have that. It starts actually at the age of 6 officially, but school starts normally for children from the age of 4. But when a kid is 4 years old, you can, for example, leave him for 3 weeks out of the school. Like you can go on holiday when it's not a holiday, for example. And I think at 5 already. At 5, you must go to school. So you can't pick up your kids like on a random school day and just go on holiday for 3 weeks. That's not allowed in the Netherlands. And we have that until an age of 18.
Well, I think we start at the age of 3. The earliest is 3 years. But then the late, it can be around 4 years to go to school, yes. And you start with a nursery school.
Yeah, we also have...
I don't know if you have the nursery.
Yeah, kind of. But it's like, and that starts at 2 years old. You have like 2 to 4. That's in the nursery. But then you have like from 8 till 12. And it's more playing than learning.
Well, we spend 3 years in the nursery section because they have a baby class, middle class, and top class in the nursery section in Uganda. Then after 3 years, you go to the primary school where you spend 7 years. Yes, so you have 3 years in primary. Then you have to study for 7 years. 3 years in nursery. Then you have to study for 7 years in primary school. Then you sit as a national exam. We call them PLE, Primary Living Examination. Sorry, not UPE. That allows you to go to the high school.
Okay.
So if you pass, you have a right to go to the high school. Then in the high school, you spend there 6 years, if at all you finish the high school, because we have the ordinary level and the advanced level in high school here. So for the ordinary level, you have to study for 4 years. Then after 4 years, you sit for national exam again, which allows you to go to the advanced level. Yes. So after the advanced level, then you go to the university. Or you can choose to drop out from the ordinary level after sitting for the national exam. Then you join the college or an institution.
Okay.
Yes. Or you choose to go to the university. Because when you drop out from the ordinary level, it means that at least you have to study for 2 years in institution or college to get a certificate, which by the person who went to the advanced level gets the certificate immediately, which allows him or her to go to the university. Yeah, whereby when you pass through ordinary system and you branch, then you will have to have 2 or 3 more years than the person who went through the advanced level. Yes.
But for you, sorry,
For me, what? I went through all the levels. Up
no,
to the advanced level.
that was not my question. My question was, you start primary school when you are like 6 or something?
Who? Me?
No, like general.
Yeah. You go to primary school when you're at least 6 or 7.
And then you start in primary 1 and then you have primary school for 7 years.
Yes.
So you are 14 when you start high school.
14 to 13. So we say 13 to 14 when you start high school.
Yeah, for us it is like you can have like a kind of nursery baby class, like it's just for 4 hours and it's a choice until you are 4. But when you are 4, you're going to primary school already, and we have primary school until for 8 years. So most of the kids are around 11 or 12 years old when they start high school. And we have 3 levels of high school, like general. You have I think it's like what you said, the ordinary level. And then you have like a middle level and then an advanced level. And advanced can also be like 2 languages. So you have high school in English and Dutch, which is not common in the Netherlands. But ordinary level takes 4 years, then the middle level takes 5 years, and the advanced level takes 6 years. But you can also choose, I think it's the same in Uganda, that after 4 years of ordinary level you can go to the middle level, and even after those middle level you can go to the highest level.
At what age do people here finish high school?
It depends. I was 15 years old.
You did also up to the advanced level?
No, I only did the ordinary level, and then I went to, I think you can call it college, and I did, I don't know if it's really college.
An institution.
Yeah, institution, I think. It is 3 years, and then I go for college as well. I never went to the universities to study, but we call, you have like, in the Netherlands we call it MBO, HBO and university. So you have the MBO, and that learns you more to, how do you say that, more the practical. It's more a practical way of learning. So for example, when you are good with your hands or making a table or a couch or whatever, you learn that the most on the practical level. And for example, I learned how to organize a party or how to create a theater show. That was what I learned at my study, or at my, how do you say that, college, institutional. And then I went to college and I learned for becoming a therapist, and that was more learning from the books and having more tests like on the paper. But at my institutional it was more showing practical. By doing.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think ordinary level you have to be around 15 or 16, the same thing. 16 because 16. Then 18 when you're done with high school.
Yeah, but I was already 15 when I was done with high school.
Yeah, but you said you didn't go for the advanced level.
No.
Right? Yes, so that's why you were 15.
I was even 18 when I was finished with the institutional. So imagine, I was 18 years old. I had already a diploma, which allows me to work. But I was so young by that time. I was like, okay, now what? And that's why I choose to study further, because I was too young. Well, I found myself too young to start working already. And I'm really grateful that I was able to study, because I think you have to pay for that study. Yeah, you have to pay for that study. But I had the luxury, my parents paid for that. So
do students pay here money for the school fees, or like parents pay school fees for their kids, or it's the government allows everyone to have a free education?
Well, it depends. Primary and high school are paid by the government, but you have like a kind of small in between hooks. Like the schools always ask parents for some money, but that is like extra school activities. So parents still have to pay some money, and there you see quite difference between schools as well, because yes, thanks to the government in the Netherlands, everyone is able to study if you are poor or rich. But I noticed now as well, I worked before in an area in Amsterdam where are a lot of foreigners living, a lot of poor people living. Then the school has to start all over again. They have to even start to teach the children Dutch. So that's already a way other level than, for example, here where we live now. When I pick up the kids from school when I'm a babysitter, I see sometimes the homework the kids have, it is way more difficult than the homework the kids got in Amsterdam in that area. But you see already, also another level. The parents most of the time are parents who are really smart, have a good job, studied. So the genes, like the genetics, are already different than a parent who never studied or will never understand something. You know what I mean? And it's not that when you don't speak the language you are stupid, because that's not what I'm saying. But you saw different levels, and that's sometimes where it goes wrong in the Netherlands. Because it looks like, everyone is able to study, so everyone is equal, but it's not equal. If you are born in the wrong area, you don't
do want. So you mean the Netherlands, people have different education according to where they come from? Is that what you're trying to mean?
Kind of, yes.
They don't get the same education system?
Well, yes. But imagine if you are a teacher who first have to teach children Dutch if they can't compare. Or, for example, I also worked at a special need education. That is a whole, of course those kids have like disorders, but that's a whole different way of learning than when you are in a general school. And for example, that's why we split levels when we are in high school, because some kids, I was that kind of kid, I learned by doing. And for me, you can tell a whole fantastic story about the history of our country, I don't remember. But showing me in a movie or let me play the situation, I will remember every detail. And that's also something that it's really complicated with that's maybe another topic, because that's a school system in general, that sometimes it doesn't fit to everyone. And yes, we have to teach the children all the same in the Netherlands, but still you see, you see difference. And also, it also comes with the parents, for example, because the school sometimes asks parents to help kids with their homework. But if you don't speak the language, or you are, how can I say this polite in English? Like that you have a lower IQ as a parent. You can't help the children. I mean, if I don't understand the subject, how can I help my child? You understand what I try to say?
I know
but if you are studied and you know what's happening, you can help the children, and you learn the children maybe something extra. And that's where the whole difference comes from. Because yes, I can help the kids where a baby sits, but even I sometimes see the subject and I'm like, what do you have to learn? Sorry, that even I got confused or have to check things out.
Oh,
and I'm born here and I speak the language, you know, so that's the different part. And that's make it sometimes complicated. But yes, the school, to answer your question again, yes, the school is free, and until 18 years old you have to go to school. It's a must.
Okay.
That's why it's free.
Okay. Finally came up with my answer.
After 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I think that's all. Is there anything else?
Well, I was wondering how it goes in Uganda, because I have the feeling that school fees there are really expensive.
Yeah,
But
everyone pays. There is some free education from the government, but it's not really good. I wouldn't say that you could. I would recommend, your kid or anyone to go in a free education, because probably you don't get enough or what your kids is supposed to have. That's why most of schools people choose private schools. Yeah, where they pay for the school fees, and the school fees is really quite high.
do you know a little bit in euro how much it costs?
Well, depending on the school from or the location where it is, but if like in town, it's where we stay, it's around starting at around 400 euros
Per semester, right?
No, per term.
Per term,
Yes.
yeah. So and you have 3 terms.
Yes,
So I imagine you pay 600 euro
euros
per year.
per year. So a lot of people pay, try hard. Maybe the cheapest can be around 50
Per term.
50 or 60 euro, yes, but that is really not that a good school, but it's a private school. Yeah, I think around that amount.
And what you told me before, that's also a difference between Dutch and Uganda. It's the teachers in primary. You said you have a teacher for every subject.
Yes, sometimes they share, like you find one teacher who having 2 subjects, but in most cases there's always a teacher for each subject.
Yeah, in the Netherlands you have just one teacher for a full year, and that taught you everything, teach you everything.
No, it's totally different.
Only in high school you change teachers. So you have a gymnastic teacher or a history teacher or whatever.
Even in the high school in Uganda, we change a lot of teachers as well for different subjects.
Is university even more expensive than primary school?
Of course, the university is more expensive as well.
Is it also depending on what you study?
The courses, yeah.
Because in the Netherlands as well, if you want to become a doctor...
Yeah, for the university, depending which course you are taking as well. Yeah, the tuition you're supposed to pay. There are some things which comes in an additional fee.
Yeah, in the Netherlands you have to pay also for the university, but the government is also giving you some money. But I have to admit that I don't know now if you borrow it or you get it. Because in my time you got the money, but only if you finish the study in 10 years. Which sounds like a lot of years, but imagine if you use those money for partying and whatever, then it's a short term. And then it becomes like that you have to borrow the money and you have to pay it back. So a lot of people are in debt now with the government.
I see. Well,
it's a big difference, but it's nice, I think, to...
There is a very big difference. We don't have that kind of things that the government pays for your education and then you pay back later on. No. You either have a scholarship from the government or you do your own shit.
Yeah, you have to pay for yourself.
Yes. Yeah, so that is our episode for today. Those who are listening, the difference between the Ugandan education and the Dutch education.
I'm curious what you thoughts. Let us know what your thoughts about this.
Yeah. And please comment, like, and share. Bye bye.
Yes, bye bye.